Do you think your wife needs you? The short answer is no, she doesn't need you. You are replaceable, you are interchangeable. As in everything, in a workplace, in marriage, in friendship, in family, you can be replaced, you are fungible. Whatever you can do, you're able to do, there will be somebody that can do the same thing at least at the same level, if not even better. And let's be honest, I'm sure that you do what you do better than anybody else, but probably I'm sure that I guarantee you that your wife doesn't even need what you do. And I will tell you a story of a man that was trying to be useful, but not with little thing, with a lot of money to her wife after she left him for somebody else. So she left, moved out and cheated him with somebody else, and he still think that he owes her something because of some belief that we will talk about it later. But first, let me give you some background. Marriage that struggles, people that need help with marriage, can be divided, can be classified in roughly in two categories. One is the people that are in a miserable marriage, and the other one is people whose wives or whose spouses left them. So we use wife, but this is works the same way if we reverse the roles. So miserable marriage, they need help with improving their marriage, and marriage that are people that broke up, they need help to win their wife or their spouse back. Every situation is different, but 99% of the situation of the times, these people have one thing in common. They think that they need to do something for their spouse. They have a duty to comply. Every situation is different, but 99% of the times, these two classes of individuals have something in common. They think that their wives need them. And this is wrong, because they forget that marriage should be based on love. And then we may define love, and this is a completely different situation. And they think that they have a duty. They have this assumption that is a misconception. They have a duty. They need to do something in their marriage. And before you object, let me clarify that yes, in marriage we have roles and we need to show respect. This is very true. But what is the difference between a duty and a respect? Duty is something that you do for somebody else. So it's somebody else that is the beneficiary of your duty, while respect, something that you should show with everybody, not with the marriage. So also this defeated purpose, that is something that is helpful for the marriage. Respect is something that defines you. You are either respectful or disrespectful. For example, say that you really treat your wives very well, and again, I mean, this apply with both roles. You treat your wife very well, you put her on a pedestal, you worship her, and then you go around punching people. Still, you are a bad person, you are a disrespectful person, and even if your wife likes that you are this tough guy, still she's not a good person in the first place, and you are disrespecting her anyway because you are smearing her name, you are destroying her reputation by associating your bad character with her. So this is not respectful. And also roles are important in a marriage, but again, it's not a matter of marriage, it's a matter of household. In a household, everybody needs to do his part or her part. So somebody should take the garbage out, somebody should mop the floor, somebody should pay the bills and service the car. I mean, there should be somebody. So the problem with marriage, which differs from a workplace or other context, is sometimes roles are, I thought that they are understood. People just think that you need to take the garbage out, and the other person is, no, you need to take it out. Why? How we don't understand that? So because for some reason, the way we were raised, how it worked in our family before, or it didn't work in our originating family, we have this misconception, and we think that the other person needs to know already what are the roles in a husband and wife life. And this is not true, but this is solvable by communication. I'm not saying that it's easy, but it's solvable. Now I showed you this triangle, this pyramid, we have respect in one corner, we have roles in another corner. I call this the 3 R's, and we have duty in the top corner, the top of the pyramid. And I know you say duty is doesn't start with R, but R is like a D is a R without legs, basically. Duty is what really messes up marriages, because duty is something that you do for another person, and this looks nice that you do something for other people, but it's actually very bad. First of all, because it's like you're implying that the other person cannot do stuff by themselves, and you need to step in every time. This is very upsetting. This is disrespectful per se, and this is just a bad assumption of people. Secondly, because your wife, your husband, your spouse is an adult, so they need to know how to help themselves. They need to know how to do stuff by themselves. They need to work on their own legs. And if they have an issue, they need to try to work it out by themselves. They can ask help from you, but they need to ask. It's not that you just help people without them even asking. And even they ask, it's sometimes recommended that you refuse to help them, because they need to figure out what happens if you miss, for some reason, you are on a business trip, or you are visiting your parents in another state, or you're away for some other reason, also for even worse situation. They will not be able to do stuff by themselves at that point, so it doesn't make sense. And again, we forget that the relationship needed to be based on love, not on duty. And third of all, your wife already is mistreating you, or probably she even left you, so she abandoned you. And so it's not like doing more stuff for her that you win her back. She can find this annoying, or she can even exploit you by saying, okay, he wants to do it, I don't care, but as long as I don't spend time with him and I don't need to. So they will accept also what you're doing, but it's not bringing them back. Actually, it's probably the reason why they left in the first place. And let me tell you the story of this man that I met in one of my support groups. And if you agree with what I'm saying, or it makes sense to you, leave a comment and let me think. Let me know what you think. I really want to know your situation or your questions. And especially if you don't agree, please let me know what I'm missing, where is the gap, so we can address the next time. I know that you are in a bad marriage, you don't want to show up, it's uncomfortable to you to comment publicly, you can also send me a direct message and I'll try to address this in the next video or even privately. But yes, so let's cooperate, let's make this interactive. The story of this guy. So this guy, they were, middle-aged, in their 60s, late 50s, 60s. I met in this support group, and he had this situation. His wife left him for somebody else, so moved out, went to live with this guy, and he had a nice life plan. This life insurance, not that you put, it's like a retirement plan. It's some part of money that you will be start enjoying later in life. And he said, I love her so much that I have her on my plan. So if something happened to me tomorrow, she will be rich. She will not need to be worried about anything. And, I know why. So they don't have children, young children to take care of. So there is nothing. So this girl is... let's put it mildly, is kissing somebody else, is enjoying somebody else, is sharing wine with somebody else. And if something happen to you, or when you grow old and these plans start to give out benefits, she enjoying, and her boyfriend is enjoying your hard work, hard-earned money. Why you do that? And I can tell you that this did not help them to get back together. So if you are in a miserable marriage or your wife left you, stop doing stuff for them, because could be the reason why they're doing. You really were overstepping on it. There is a lot of plethora of reason why this happens, and probably we don't even know, and sometimes we don't even care, and there is not even a rational reason why they left you. So you probably loved genuinely them, and they still are not able to love you back. And you're fungible, as I told at the beginning. They're fungible too. You can find a person that is much better. Now I know it's not something that after a 10 minutes video you can really process this. It takes time, and it will not change your intention overnight, but start thinking about that. And again, you can get a lot of support from therapists, from life coach, divorce coach. You can reach out to me and I will give advice, or I will work with you personally, individually, one-on-one. We can work together, and not to fix the marriage, not to handle a divorce, but to handle your attitude toward relationship and marriage, so you can process the loss. Even if you're still married, it's a loss because marriage is not there anymore. And we can figure out also if there is something that you can do for your marriage, which for sure is not doing stuff for the other person. It's improving yourself. It's improving yourself. So put a like on this video, because this relationship stuff, everybody talk about that. Many people talk about how to fix marriage, how to win back your ex, which is a great thing. But sometimes people also need to learn to understand that they need to let go people, let go wives. I know there could be children involved. And so put a like so other people will understand. If not you, other people that are in this situation will understand that this is some content that can benefit them. So don't do it for me, do it for other people. So I wish you all the best, and I hope to hear from you soon. You got this.